Imagine a place smaller than a soccer field, yet home to hundreds of people. This isn't a sci-fi movie. It's Migingo Island, a tiny rock in the middle of Africa's Lake Victoria, and it's one of the most densely populated spots on our planet. With an estimated density of over 65,000 people per square kilometer, it makes Manhattan look spacious. But how did this happen? And is it the only place like this? Stick around as we explore the world's most crowded islands. Our story begins in the vast waters of Lake Victoria, the largest lake in Africa. For decades, this area has been a goldmine for fishermen, particularly for the prized Nile perch. In the early 2000s, fishermen discovered that the waters around a barren, rocky outcrop named Migingo were exceptionally rich with fish. News spread like wildfire, and soon, fishermen from Kenya and Uganda flocked to this tiny speck of land, hoping to strike it rich. What started as a temporary fishing camp quickly exploded into a bustling, permanent settlement. This sudden boom also ignited a fierce ownership dispute between Kenya and Uganda, both claiming the island and its lucrative fishing grounds. For years, the island has been a political hotspot, with both nations stationing police and officials there, adding to the already crowded conditions. Life on Migingo is a lesson in extreme adaptation. The island, which is barely 2,000 square meters, is completely covered in corrugated iron shacks, housing somewhere between 300 and 500 people. There's no space for anything else. Daily life revolves entirely around fishing. Every morning, the men head out in their wooden boats, returning in the evening with their catch, which is then sold to traders on the island. The economy is vibrant, with several small bars, shops, and even a makeshift pharmacy. However, the challenges are immense. There's no proper sanitation, and fresh water has to be brought in from the mainland. Disease can spread quickly in such close quarters, and tensions over resources, both fish and living space, often run high. It's a community built on a knife's edge, driven by economic necessity. But Migingo isn't the only island bursting at the seams. Halfway across the world, in the Caribbean Sea off the coast of Colombia, lies Santa Cruz del Islote. At about 1.2 hectares, it's larger than Migingo. But it's also home to a much larger population, with estimates ranging from 500 to over 800 people. This makes it one of the most densely populated islands on Earth. Like Migingo, it has no running water, no sewage system, and electricity only runs for a few hours a day. Residents have to travel to the mainland for almost everything, from medical care to burying their dead, as there's no cemetery on the island. Yet, despite the hardships, the community on Santa Cruz is known for being incredibly tight-knit and peaceful. Generations of families live side by side, creating a unique culture of cooperation and resilience that stands in stark contrast to the resource conflicts seen elsewhere. The phenomenon of hyperdense islands isn't limited to these two. All over the globe, small islands have become magnets for human settlement. Take AP Laisho in Hong Kong, or Mali, the capital of the Maldives' entire cities packed onto small patches of land surrounded by water. Then there are places like the Philippines' Navotas fishing port, which includes incredibly crowded island communities. What these places show us is that overcrowding isn't just a big city problem. It happens wherever resources, whether that's fish, jobs, or just a safe harbor, are concentrated in a tiny space. These islands are fascinating examples of human ingenuity and our relentless drive to survive and prosper. They show how economics and geography can transform a simple rock into a miniature floating city. But they also serve as a stark warning. They reveal just how fragile life can become when land runs out, when every square inch is contested, and when basic resources are stretched to their absolute limit. They are microcosms of the larger challenges our planet faces with a growing population and finite resources. Thanks for joining us on this journey to the world's most crowded islands. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And for more weird geography and incredible human stories, check out the playlist linked in the description. We'll see you in the next one.